go. Alright, so here today I'm going to talk about vaccines and why they're important, and if you're not vaccinated, why you should get some. So today I woke up, I didn't have polio, I didn't have tetanus, I didn't have pneumonia, I didn't have the flu, didn't have hepatitis A, hepatitis B, and the list goes on because my parents had me vaccinated when I was young, and just periodically as I grew up. And as you know, those are some pretty big names, and those things can really hamper your life. And every day, some people decide to just not get vaccinated. So I'm going to start off by kind of talking about how a vaccine works. And so what a vaccine really is most of the time they're injected through a needle, and what they'll do is they'll take a really weakened form of that virus and they'll insert it to your body. And your immune system is going to catch this, and it reacts by sending these antibodies, or lymphocytes, sorry. These lymphocytes are going to produce antibodies that, if that ever comes up in your system again, they're just going to catch it and get rid of it. And so it's very improbable that it's ever going to harm you. And so every vaccine that you can get is incredibly effective. That's why they're here today. They have to go through a lot of testing before they ever get around. And so in particular, measles was a very big epidemic in the United States. And the vaccine that we have today, on the very first dose, reduces your chance by 93% if you're directly exposed to it. So it's just non-existent now. And if you see in these graphs that I have here, you can see the timeline of when it came out. That's a 2-year span of where... If you could see the graph anyway.
Well, why don't you keep on going, Dylan? I'm not sure what happened.
All right then.
What just happened then? Summarize what's in the slides for us.
Yeah, it was those two just kind of detailed when those came out and just how big of an impact they had on those diseases, and just pretty much wiped them out. And so the real threat to vaccines is the anti-vaccine movement. That's a pretty recent thing, and all of that stems from one paper that came out in 1998, and where there was a claim that vaccines directly led to autism. And so this paper wasn't peer-reviewed and has since been retracted because the guy was found to have completely just made everything up, and it got through. And it was just completely false. There was zero link between autism and vaccines. And that guy, he lost his MD, and he has funded research on this from 2003 to 2013 to try and prove it, and 10 years, nothing. There's just not any connection whatsoever to autism. And another reason that people will choose to not get vaccines is because they're like, it's my choice, these are my kids, and vaccines aren't just important for you and your health, it's every single person around you. And so it's, if you don't vaccinate your kid, it just doesn't affect your kid, it's every kid in their classroom. And that's, you're taking away the choice from other people to protect their own children. And so, in conclusion, we kind of learned how vaccines work, and we got a swift glance at the effectiveness of vaccines. But if any of you have any questions or need to get vaccinated, don't be afraid to come to your Sam's Club pharmacy here in town, and I can help you out some.
Awesome. Has a pharmacy? Yeah, I think so. Floor is open for questions.